We've got a huge announcement today about no more testing, no more masking on a cruise line. We've got lots of updates to do with Princess, as well as a lot more to talk about. So let's go ahead and get started. Hi there, this is Allison with Let's Go Travel Tips. Today is Monday, it's October 3rd of 2022, and today Norwegian made the huge announcement that effective tomorrow, October 4th, they are no longer requiring any testing or any masking for their ships. They said that, of course, keeping their passengers and their crew is safe is their first priority, but they feel like the strides that have been made with vaccines and with everything else to treat COVID, they feel confident that they can make this move. So they are going back to how things were before COVID. So I want us to all talk about this in the comments. Do you think that the other cruise lines are going to follow suit on this? As it's been really interesting to me as I have reviewed the protocols over the last week since Canada made their big announcement about no longer requiring the testing and the quarantining, everything to go with that. It's really interesting as I reviewed everything that pretty much we are getting really close to where things were before COVID. If you look at what the protocols are around the world, for the most part, the only testing that cruise lines are requiring for, like I said, for the most part. Now, if you're going on a cruise, double check what the requirements are. But it's just really interesting that most of them are just requiring tests of unvaccinated people. And it depends on the length of the cruise if vaccinated people are going to have to be tested. But with Norwegian making this big announcement, do you think that the other cruise lines are close behind? Let's talk about that. Now, another really big announcement is my phone automatically updated it, but I noticed, I think I noticed it like on Saturday night that Princess had updated the MedallionClass app. I was logging in, I was trying to look at it just for something else, and it is a little bit different. So I'll take some time and go through it, and then we will talk about it some more, but I am really hoping that it makes it a more stable app and it works out some of the bugs and hopefully will work better on the ship and on shore. I know that sometimes it works perfectly smooth and sometimes you can't get logged in and everything in between. So look at your phone or whether you have an iPhone or whether you have an Android and see if it is updated, and if it's not and it gives you any trouble, like try deleting the app. Go to the App Store. I can't remember what they call it with Android, but go there and update it. Just try lots of different things. And if you have problems, put it in the comments below. But I am really excited that Princess is clearly working on this, and hopefully things are looking brighter there. I think that's great. And I do want to add, though, that still, I honestly think that Princess is like far away, setting the course for where cruising is eventually going to get to go. They are leading the industry with their MedallionClass app and with their Medallion. That's experience changing. I love when I get to be on a Princess ship and have the experience that you get when the app is working and with that Medallion. I think it's a game changer, and I am really looking forward to seeing what else they do with it, and to see what other cruise lines do along with it. It was really interesting to me when I went on Holland America at the end of June. You know, they have an app, their Navigator app is what it's called with Holland America, and their app is really good. You can even see your shore excursions, book your, there's just lots to do. I won't launch into that here, but they have a really good app. I really enjoyed it and it worked great every time, but they don't have the Medallion. So when I got there on Holland America, the way it works is you board the ship and then you go to your cabin, and then tucked in a little envelope right there in the little, where they have the little slot by where it says your room number, that they can slide little like reminders or notes or free spot, whatever they want to communicate with you. That is where an envelope is slid right there with your cruise card in it. And so that was just like, I was like, oh, we're still doing that, which they have to still do that. And so anyway, I want to hear also from you all, like, where do you think all of this is heading? Do you think that the other cruise lines are even looking at this as an option, or if that's just not the experience that they're doing? So I think that's a really interesting thing. The next thing, so every once in a while we talk about this, and the last time I talked about it, somebody told me in the comments that it was really old news, but you know what? It's really not. So I think it was maybe Friday. Nope, it was Saturday or Thursday. I talked to you about Carnival Cruise Line stock dropping significantly, and it has done it again. I just barely looked, and right at this moment it is $6.92 a share. And so I'm not telling you to buy any, I'm not telling you to sell any, but if you're someone that has been waiting to pick up 100 shares to get that shareholder benefit, and I'll have Gordon link that video below so that you know what you get with that every time you sell, there's it's a good time to get it because it is so low. Now, why is this so low? It is because they have had 10 consecutive quarters of a loss. I think that other cruise lines are in the same boat. Carnival Corporation, as you know, holds 9 different cruise lines. So that includes Carnival and it includes Princess. Those are the main ones that we talk about here, like Cunard. It's got lots of cruise lines, but those are the main ones here in the United States that sail the most. And so that is a big deal. So I didn't think to look. I'll have to keep my eye on what Norwegian and Royal Caribbean stock is doing as well. But hopefully, I really do think that brighter days are ahead. I think that the cruise lines, honestly, I think it would be really hard to be in their shoes right now because you had COVID, which had the shutdown for so long, and then you had the startup again, which was really hard, let's face it, with the protocols that were required, and they were trying to navigate something new. We had never come out of a pandemic before with cruise lines and trying to figure out how to keep people safe and how to run that. And then we have this problem with the economy now that now prices are going through the roof. I think that's a really hard position to be in. The fuel, and it's like everything. Of course, fuels, I think, shot up first, and then we've got everything is up. And so I think this would be a really hard position to be in. So you know what? When I see prices go up, I'm not going to be mad at the cruise lines because every time I go to the grocery store, things are up. And so just keep that in mind, that it's not the cruise lines being greedy as they raise prices. I think it's just their best attempt to stay in business. So throwing that out there, and let me all know what you think. Now, the other thing that I wanted to talk to you about just super fast is, we had mentioned what people do with their medallions when they're on the ship. And I keep forgetting to show you this in a live, so I've decided to show it to you super fast today. So Gordon likes that little thing that goes on his, he has a different kind of wristband for his watch, and so than I do. But I got this bracelet the last time I was on the ship. It was a little bit spendy. I think it was around $50. It just got it. They sell the medallion little accessories they sell them in a couple of places. When I was just on the Regal Princess, this was for sale by the photo department, and so but I really like it. It's just like a bracelet. It doesn't get in my way at all, and then I just put it on in the morning, and everywhere I go I have it with me. And it is like thin enough that you could it's really easy to take on and off. You can easily take it off if you're going to be on shore for a long time and you don't want to look like a tourist necessarily. You can just whip it off and put it in your bag and then put it back on as you get closer to the ship. I don't get anything if you buy this. I just wanted to tell you that I have really enjoyed it. One of our Let's Go family members, she had one and suggested it, and I really have enjoyed it. It is so much easier than a lanyard, and it's easier than having it in my pocket. I have really enjoyed this. So I just wanted to put that out there for you. And then finally, I heard from Let's Go family members got a call late on Saturday night, and I thought to myself, oh my goodness, they're calling me from Venice because I helped them with their travel, and I thought, oh, they're there. They're getting ready to go on their cruise. And you know what? They were not able to go on their cruise, and I felt like crying on the phone because of canceled flights. Their flights were delayed so much flying out of their home city that by the time they would have made their connecting flight to then go to Venice, it was too late, and that wasn't going to work, and they were just flying in the day of. And so they were so kind. They called me and they're like, make sure that you tell people and remind them how important it is to fly in the day before, at least the day before, even a couple of days before, especially if you're going to Europe. You might recall when we went to Rome, our flight was delayed, I want to say 8 or 9 hours. And so we were much later getting there than we had planned. And so we had flown in like 3 days early, and I had like sightseeing planned from when we were supposed to land early in the morning. But so we missed part of our sightseeing day, but then we still had 2 days in Rome. So whether or not you want to sightsee in the place that you are going, make sure that you at least go so that you arrive the day early. And think about it this way. If you are flying to Rome, like if you fly out on a Thursday, you're going to get there on a Friday for the most part, unless you get a super early in the morning one on Thursday, and depending on your connections. But so really think of it like if your ship leaves on a Saturday, leave home no later than Thursday, okay? And really, my thoughts really go out to our Let's Go family members. They were sailing on Royal Caribbean. They called them right away and let them know, and they said, you've got the insurance. You should be able to get your money back, no problem. So that highlights another thing that I wanted to make sure that we're all thinking about, is that insurance is crucial. I know that sometimes we look at things and we think, well, I could stand to lose as much money as the cruise costs, and it's no big deal to me if someone thinks that. But you also need that extra medical coverage, all of the extra everything. The insurance covers a lot more than just medical. It covers accidents. It covers just so many things that can happen. But also, for what is usually a relatively minimal fee, considering the whole cost of your cruise and your whole trip, it really is important to have insurance. So they will be able, like I said, Royal Caribbean. So call. If this happens to you, call, because they documented it right away that it was due to a delayed and canceled flight, that then they were not able to make it, and so they thought that they would be able to submit their claim and get their money back, no problem. So I just wanted to make you aware of that. Like I personally, in my life, I would really rather pay for the insurance and have the luxury of getting that money back, because then that means that I can go on another cruise. And the same with these people. Now when they get the money back, they'll be able to schedule another cruise. So I just wanted to share their experience with you to let you know what's going on. The last thing I wanted to tell you is, we have several Let's Go family members who have been just on the Ruby Princess and are on her this week. And so far things are going really well. They're back to their Champagne waterfalls. The food is looking up. I am really happy that things are going so well. I can't wait to get on the Discovery Princess October 22nd of this month. I am so excited because I'm not only excited to see that new ship. If you are new around here, she first started sailing, I think it was March 27th this year. And so I am really excited to not only see the new ship, but see how everything is going with Princess. I love Princess Cruise Lines, as you all know. I am really very, excited. I'll be trying Celebrity Out coming up really soon, in Norwegian next month. And so I've got a lot of fun things booked, so I hope that you will all come with me. And I really appreciate you all being here with you. If you've got any questions, comments, I would love to hear from you. If you're on a cruise ship or recently been on a cruise ship, I would love to receive an update from you. Gordon always puts our email addresses in the box below. And then quickly, I told you about it on Saturday, but Princess, until October 5th, so Wednesday is the last day of it, they're running their $1 deposit sale. And like I have said, we are hearing of cruise lines opening up blocks of cabins that used to be reserved for quarantine. So if there was a cruise that you were looking at and it was sold out, or there is just something else on your bucket list, go take a look. Now, they have not yet released their 2024, a lot of their 2024 season. So we can't look at Europe yet there. We can't look at Alaska. So I am really, but I would think that should be coming this month and next is what I have heard. And so I really look forward to hearing about that. But there's lots of wonderful cruises to take out there. So if you have questions, let me know. If you need help booking a cruise, let me know that as well. I would just be tickled pink to help you. And I not only book you on a cruise, but I help you with anything else you need with your travel plans and tell you my experience in those ports. So if you have not subscribed yet, please do. I really need to have you here with us, and we would just love to have you in our Let's Go family. If you appreciate these updates, please give this video a thumbs up. I'll be talking to you all again really soon. You all take really good care. God bless you. Love you. Bye-bye.